Have you ever met someone who is always alone? No close friends, no group chats, no one to hang out with on weekends, just themselves. In a world where everyone's surrounded by people, real or digital, these individuals exist in their own orbit, quiet, almost invisible. But psychology says their loneliness tells a deeper story. It reveals complex truths about their personality, past experiences, who they are, what they've been through, and why they live this way. Because behind that solitude, there's often hurt, pain, or sometimes peace, something most people will never truly understand. Let's understand the real psychology of people with no friends. Number 1. Is it pain or is it choice? The first thing you need to know, being friendless isn't one story. It's two completely different things. Some people have no friends because they're scared. Maybe they got hurt before. Maybe people rejected them. Maybe making friends feels terrifying. For them, being alone is painful. Their isolation is a wound. Others choose to be alone. They decided that being by themselves is better than having fake friends. For them, being alone brings peace. Their isolation is a boundary. Psychology distinguishes between social isolation and chosen solitude. One group is suffering. The other group is protecting their peace. The key is understanding which one you're witnessing, because the psychology behind each is radically different. Number 2. They're protecting themselves. For many people without friends, staying away from others started as self-preservation. Research on attachment theory shows that early experiences with betrayal, bullying, or being left behind too many times can create what psychologists call avoidant attachment, where getting close to others feels dangerous. Their brain learned a painful lesson. People leave, people hurt you. So they build walls, not because they don't want friends, but because friendship feels dangerous. This isn't weakness, it's survival. Their solitude became a shield. They're avoiding connection because they've learned it comes with a cost they're no longer willing to pay. They chose safety over belonging, even though deep down, they still wish things were different. Number 3. They're waiting for real connection. Some people have no friends because their standards are impossibly high. They want real conversations, authenticity, and deep connection. They know friendships that actually matter. But everywhere they look, they see surface-level interactions, boring small talk, and performative friendships. So they'd rather have 0 friends than fake ones. They'd rather sit alone than pretend to care about things that don't matter. They refuse to waste energy on relationships that don't feed their soul. It makes them lonely, but it also means they have standards. They're waiting for something real, even if it takes forever. Number 4. They never learned how. Here's what people don't see. Many friendless individuals desperately want connection, but don't know how to make it. Social skills aren't automatic. You have to learn them. And if you grew up isolated or different, you may have never learned the unspoken rules of friendship. Research shows that people with conditions like autism, social anxiety, often struggle to initiate and maintain friendships, not because they don't care, but because the social dance feels impossibly complex. They watch others make friends easily and wonder, why can't I do that? What's wrong with me? They're not choosing to be alone. They're struggling in silence. Number 5. They've found freedom in being alone. But here's the twist. Some people without friends have discovered something most never will: the profound freedom of self-sufficiency. They actually enjoy their own company. They don't need others to feel happy. They've built a rich internal world that doesn't depend on external voices. Psychology calls this positive solitude, the ability to be alone without being lonely. They eat alone, they celebrate alone, they travel solo, and they're okay with it. While most people fear being alone, these people have mastered it. They found peace within themselves, something rare and powerful. Number 6. People judge them unfairly. Society is harsh to people without friends. We assume something must be wrong with them. They're weird, broken, or dangerous. But that's not fair. Some of the most brilliant, creative, and emotionally intelligent people in history were loners. They used their solitude to think deeper, create more, and understand themselves profoundly. Not having friends doesn't make someone less valuable. It often makes them more introspective, more self-aware, more authentic than those who've never sat alone with their thoughts.
Number 7. They're stuck in a loop.
For many lonely people, being alone becomes a trap. The longer you're alone, the harder it becomes to connect. You forget how to talk to people. Your fear grows. You start thinking you don't deserve friends or that nobody will ever like you. Psychologists call this learned helplessness, where repeated loneliness convinces you that connection is impossible, so you stop trying. It's a terrible cycle. Loneliness makes you more isolated, and isolation makes you more lonely. Breaking it requires immense courage, the willingness to risk rejection again after being hurt so many times before. So the next time you see someone with no friends, don't judge them. Maybe their solitude is a wound that needs healing, or Or maybe they chose peace over fake connections. Maybe they're scared, or maybe they're free. Maybe they're lonely, or maybe they're just fine on their own. You won't know until you try to understand them, and maybe your curiosity could be the connection they've been waiting for. Because sometimes, all a lonely person needs is one person who actually cares. Hit the like button and do subscribe for more such content.